Well, hi folks, I'm getting towards the middle of February now, so it's time to do my final potting of the giant onions. As you can see, they're growing quite well, but they're in 1 litre pots now and they need to be planted on into the final pots, which are going to be this size, 4 litre or roughly a gallon pot. So I've grown 22 of these. I'm going to knock them down to 12 because I've only got room to do 12 now with those size pots. So I'll just show you what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to be putting them on into. It's just Jack's Magic compost with about 25% perlite. I've made it quite gritty and open this time because they like good drainage and an open structured onions. And into that I've added a little bit of calcified seaweed there, some Nutrimate, which is just like concentrated humus and stuff, and some of this stuff which is called Charge, which is a sort of biological soil enhancing thing. Actually it's just made out of beetle poo, so it's a byproduct from the mealworm industry by all accounts, but it's supposed to be really good, get stuff going. And I've also added some worm casts, about 1 litre of that. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. Another thing I'll just mention, I'm going to use some of this stuff again, which is called mycorrhizal fungi with added bacteria, another thing that gets your plants growing well. So we'll dust a little bit of that so that goes over the roots. So we'll get on, I'll show you what I'm going to do and we'll do it. So I'll fill my pot up first, but the way I fill them up is to make sure that the pot fits and you don't have to bother filling up around the sides. Put another pot in like that, the same size as the one you're going to be planting, and then fill up around the outside of that. Sorry you can't see this, but I'll show you in a second. So I've got a pot there with a pot on the inside, and then what happens is, if I take this pot out, I should be left with a perfect hole, as you can see, to match the onion pot which I'll be taking out. So no need to fill in around the outside, it's a lot easier this way. So I'm going to add a little touch of this mycorrhizal fungi. Now you can dust the roots because it actually needs to be in contact with the roots, but the roots are at the bottom of the pot, so I'm just going to put a little sprinkling in the bottom of this, and the roots will be sitting on those little bits of dust. So we'll carefully take the onion out. I'll show you what its roots are like. Look at the roots, just about perfect, nice and full. You don't want to let them get too pot bound, so I would say that's about maximum. And hopefully try and drop this in like so, and as you can see it's just filled the hole perfectly. Just give it a little tap, and then now I'm going to have to use some bigger supports. So I'm going to use these 2-foot canes, and then as the onion grows I'll be using some of these plastic clips just to support the leaves. They're great, these clips, they just clip round like so. Simple as that. And you can support the leaves as they grow up the plant, so you're not getting them flopping all over the place, and it keeps the onion straight as well. So that's all I'm going to do really. Just do that with the other 12, give them a nice watering in, put them back under the light. So 1 down, about 11 to do. I'll show you what it's done, what it looks like when they're all done and back under the lights. Well, that's 12 done now folks. Well, 14 actually, thought I'd do an extra 2 for luck. I need to add a couple of extra pots. But so far so good. Into 4 litre pots now. 12 main ones to grow on. Hopefully planting them out at the end of March and we'll get a big one. So here they are folks, back under the lights now. I've had to lift my light a little bit taller because I've had to put taller stakes in. So as you can see I've put some extra lights in there, some more compact fluorescent ones. The same light spectrum as the bulbs, just a bit lower down. So they'll give the lower leaves a bit of extra light as the light that's above get raised. So that's it. All 12 in now, absolutely full to gunnels now. No more room in my grow chamber. So that's all I can fit in, just 14 pots of onions. So that's it folks. Finally, we're up and doing. We've got them all potted on, roll on spring. See you later.